Welcome to Offset. Larry Richard with the big man. Larry and the big man. That's Jay Caulfield. I'm Larry Richard, and this is Lyle Odelein. We got a great opportunity. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
We're going to talk a little hockey, and before you know it, training camp. But we want to thank One Team Media that produces this podcast, and also thank North Park Lounge Cranberry and Brad and his team for their hospitality.
Yeah, and also the Rourke Automotive Group. Dave, big sponsor of us, and we really appreciate it. I've talked about their service, purchasing a car, their service, outstanding. Appreciate it, Dave.
And also a strategic partnership with 93.7 The Fan and Odyssey Pittsburgh. Thanks to Michael Spacciapoli. And from One Team Media, Brian Hess. Two great minds there, Jay. Putting those two together is like watching electrons mash. Something big's going to happen, right?
That's exactly, well, that's why we're here. That's very true.
So while we're in the midst of football season kicking off for the NFL and college football, right behind it is the NHL. So training camp, the guys, we talked about this before. They put a lot of work in before you get to camp.
Yeah.
Was that the case when you guys, I know you probably worked out a lot, Lyle?
Yeah, because I didn't think I was ever going to play NHL, to be honest with you. But the older I got and stuff, the harder you had to work out because guys were just getting bigger, faster, stronger. And like I said, I bet you Crosby doesn't take 10 days off. I mean, he's back in the gym right after. I mean, he's an animal. He's a beast.
There's probably a reason he's that good. And yes, the hardest working player on the team right now. I think
you combine it with the skill set. That's
scary.
That's the perfect. That's the model, right? So it is so different. We talked about that before as well. Like it's just so different from camps back in the 80s, 90s to guys getting in shape while they're at camp versus today. And I don't think you ever had that feeling. I don't think, and Lyle just said it, I don't think there's never a comfortable feeling. Never had a comfortable feeling. Even if you have a 2-year deal or something, it's never a comfortable feeling. And it's on display in every sport that you play. It's so vulnerable. So you got to make sure you do your stuff and as ready to go as possible.
Yeah. So it's an honor to be seated with Stanley Cup champions, Lyle with the Canadiens in 1993, back-to-back with Jay and the great Mario teams that brought the first cup to this city, which meant so much to all of us. Being a native, I really enjoyed it. And when you came here, Lyle, after you're playing this, you stayed here because you liked the city, which we also appreciate. Pittsburghers, we're pretty simple. We always ask people from out of town, how do you like us so far? But you went through an unbelievable medical issue here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was in 18, so I got infected by a cactus, and I was actually good friends with Knock Ty, the guy that did the surgery and stuff, and I owe him a lot because I only had like 5% chance of living.
5% chance.
Yeah.
I remember this story, Lyle, and it was pretty harrowing at the time.
I think 4 of the 5 doctors didn't want to do the surgery. And then I only had like 24 hours to live. And it was a long weekend, and Knox says, well, unfortunately, someone always has an accident, and that's what happened. So then they did the valve, and then my kidney, and then the liver all at once. So it was, and I got staph infection 24 hours later because I was ripped right open. Yeah. So,
that to me is
so good. I had a great wife too. And I mean, my family was awesome.
Well, this city, we're very blessed, as you know, for the medical community that we have here. And for this to happen while you were here, probably saved a city better prepared.
Yeah.
And how did that change your attitude? Once you knew you were in the clear?
Oh, just appreciate life every day so much more. I mean, it just, I was in coma for 6 weeks too. I had to learn how to walk and talk again, and rehab for, as you know, forever, seems like. So, but very blessed to be here and having fun.
I think to realize that that's what that was about, and retraining yourself.
Yeah.
That you're here, you're out, you've been golfing, you play a lot of golf, as I said, being in Pittsburgh probably saved you just for that reason alone, and what the facilities that were here and saved your life. I think to go through that, Lyle, that's a whole nother testament to the drive that and what you've been all about.
When you're laying there and you're like, which way do you want to go? I mean, yeah.
But being a tough physical person your whole career, how much did that play into your mindset too? Battle through that.
I think lots. I mean, no question. I mean, you're laying there in bed for 4 months and it's like, it gets long. But I'm so blessed to be here, and I have a great family, a great wife, and great friends. So
Like the big man.
Yep.
Well,
Best I've met.
So we're going to flip back to, we're going to go on the hockey thing for 1 second. We all know when you get later in a career and maybe you've moved around, but the thing is, somebody else wants you. So you move to one team, you go to Jersey, you end up you find yourself in Phoenix a little bit, but then you're in, you go to Florida. And somebody who coached me was a guy named Rick Dudley. He's the GM in Florida. I thought Rick Dudley was like the most open, straightforward. He did everything in the game himself as well. So when he's talking to you, he comes from that side and experience, right? So Rick Dudley's your GM in Florida. That was probably maybe I'm wrong, but that might have been the healthiest year you had.
Yeah, it was. Actually, it was. I mean, Rick Dudley is one of the best GMs. And I mean, he's, like you said, a fabulous guy. And you wouldn't want to piss him off because he's as tough as nails, too. I see him throwing chairs in the dressing room, and I was just like, whoa. I mean, he's just a
lacrosse. I mean, it was also lacrosse. Those guys all did. A lot of guys in off season when they played also played indoor lacrosse. I mean, there's a lot of NHL players that play lacrosse for teams in Philly, Buffalo, all that stuff. So, but he was tough, but he was good.
Yeah, I loved him. One of my top three.
Nice for them to get the cup.
Yeah.
There's always a connection. You've been in Pittsburgh long enough, Lyle, where you're like a half person from everybody. So John Kangemi, who played quarterback for the Pitt Panthers, he's good friends with Dan Marino. His son is one of the video guys for the Florida Panthers. So they got he's got the cup.
And he's a great kid. Yeah. John, he's a great kid too.
That is, to me, the greatest single tradition for the sport is that Stanley Cup, and you as players kind of get your time with it for your friends and family. I think that is terrific.
It would be nice to see that Penguins win another cup, but win it at home this time, because everyone's been on the road. I'm trying to imagine the city. I mean,
well, when they got their first, they were lined up all the way to the airport on the Parkway West.
Well, that experience was when we flew in. We're leaving Minnesota and we're flying in, and we're in the plane. Everybody's having a great time, whatever. And the pilot over the plane goes, hey, just want to let you know there's like 10,000 people at the airport. We're like, they go, oh, wow. Everybody's like, wow, okay. And then he comes on, he goes, no, I'll make that it's 20,000. Then it went to 30,000. Then it was like 40,000. So whatever the number is, I still don't know what the number was, but when we came out of the plane, the roar of all the fans inside, that's when it's commercial, right? So we're walking through the airport, and the line was maybe, we could walk through, police had a guard off for like 10 feet. But as we're walking through the airport, it's getting narrower and narrower, and the fan base was just going crazy, and we got on buses and got ourselves out of there as quickly as we can, but it was unbelievable. And it's just the way it was. Wow. So I can't imagine what it'd be like winning at home too, really. I mean, it'd be pretty special for you.
What's nice for you gentlemen is everybody you're introduced to says Stanley Cup champion. Stanley Cup.
And the lies of it.
Well, the year I won the cup, and I think you guys had, they're by far the best team.
That was our best. That was the year.
Team.
Yeah.
But thank God they played the Islanders, because we probably would have got swept. We played the right teams, it seemed like. I mean, we lost the first two to Quebec. Then we swept them. When we swept Buffalo, we played Boston. I don't know what happens there. Then the Islanders, we win 3 in a row, lose 1, and then beat them. And we play LA and lose the first game and then swept them. But we had a guy in net by the name of Patrick Watt.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good.
That guy was pretty good.
Yeah.
That year, that was the biggest disappointment here.
You shouldn't have it.
President's Cup.
No, it's true. It was a President's Cup. I also think they made the team was on such a run. We look the record that we still have at the end of the year, how it carried out. Guys, it was just a shame. Kevin gets hurt.
Yeah.
But it was...
That kind of changed.
It did.
That was sad. I mean, Arnie's a great guy.
Yeah. That was a tough one. We know that impact of that. And then, like you said, good fortune. It ends up, for somebody else.
Yeah.
They end up, they took full advantage of it and win. But that was the year that was the best team, probably, of the ones.
As you know, here in Pittsburgh, we got spoiled.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, last 3 seasons, we're not in the playoffs and haven't gone beyond the first round in 6.
Right.
So we're getting hungry. What does this team in Pittsburgh need to do to get back to those winning ways and make the playoffs and win a round?
Get some more guys then.
Yeah, they're in a little bit in between phase.
He's a pretty good player, but I mean, he's playing with Sidney Crosby. I mean, he's going to score 40 goals if he doesn't get traded. I mean, that's how good Sidney is. He plays with guys that maybe should be second or third liners.
So Sid's obviously the anchor, but Jay, you're so close to this too. Well, what does this team do with, Letang, Malkin, some of the older guys, and how do you get players of a level that can replace them?
I still think, Lyle, they're still like in an in-between phase.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So are they going to go young, or you're rebuilding, and you got older players who are some of the greatest players ever playing in the city.
Yeah.
But now it's,
you kind of get old overnight.
Yeah.
When I played till I was 38, and because we had the lockout year, the whole year, and then you heal up, and you're like, boy, oh boy, I don't know if I want to, because at that age, as you know, I mean, everything starts to hurt and ache, but when you heal up for the entire year, it's like, wow, if I really want to go through this again,
recovery's not the same. Like you don't feel right the same, right? I think that's going to be. I think that's the thing. I mean, if they go into camp with, I feel like this, Lyle, if they go into camp as the roster looks right now, if it's flat, then I think you're going to see by mid-season maybe moving things around.
I think you have to.
Yeah, but I don't know how I still say this: if they get solid goaltending,
yeah.
I do, as we've said before, I'm not going to bet against Sidney Crosby not to be
right.
They're going to be in a mix.
We won a cup because of Patrick Waugh. I mean, Brasso was good for you guys.
Yep.
Other than that one goal from the red line that killed you guys.
No, I know.
I mean, he makes that save, and I mean,
right?
It's tough to win every night. But
what do we think of the new coach?
We don't know enough. I mean, I think we'll find out when we
doesn't have a resume at this level, so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, what makes a good coach? I mean, Mike Sullivan wins 2 cups, and now suddenly they got to make a change because they haven't made it. That doesn't make him a bad coach. Now he's with the Rangers, and
they'll do well.
He'll do well.
Jay will probably both be in this too. Sometimes a coach is here too long. I mean, it's the same story. It's the same song. Your voice gets old, and guys get older. So
shelf life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
And everybody knew it. I think even Mike Sullivan.
Yeah.
I'm sure he felt it too.
Oh, I guarantee he did. I played with Sully actually in Arizona.
Yeah. So I'm right with Lyle. Everything. Yeah. Every coach is going to go through. Like the meter's running as soon as or the stand's dropping, if you will.
Yeah.
Through the hourglass. As soon as you sign the contract to be the coach, it's running the other way.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially in the NHL with coaching changes.
Hard to be fired.
Yeah, it's a tough business, but Mike Sullivan is obviously one of the best.
Yeah,
and he gets a great opportunity, gets a great contract to be in New York, and now they're hungry. That's new life for Mike Sullivan too.
And plus, they got a good team.
I know.
I mean,
they shouldn't have been that. They shouldn't have been where they were. You could tell that was when you see a talented team and they're not producing or performing, or you lose your star players. Well, Crosby isn't lost, right? That's the thing that's. Crosby goes out and has done his thing each and every night.
Every night.
That's what.
But doesn't take a shift off. Doesn't take practice off. My man.
We will. You know what? I think as we get through the Steelers and get into camp, and then we hear about the Penguins camp opening up, we're going to hear more and find out more what the coaching staff is all about.
I mean, that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
It is. I always felt this, Lyle. I don't know. I always remember. I used to gauge it like, your season ends, whether you win or you end up on the wrong side, and when you start training again. But you're still having fun. You get to July, and then NFL season training camp start. That's when the fun stops for us.
Yeah, I agree.
The next shoe to fall is your camp.
Yep.
The feeling always was July when training camp started in the NFL.
Yeah.
And that marriage joke, it was always like, wow, I did.
Yeah.
The thing, he didn't eat fries anymore.
Yeah.
That's
chicken.
That's kind of funny. To be honest, it's kind of funny, but it's probably not far. But I've said this. You need a mental break.
Yeah.
Those guys that go through that need a mental break. That's why Sidney Crosby's a different. Tom Brady's a different animal in football. Sidney Crosby's that type of athlete in the hockey world.
You look at Brady too, for instance. He took pay cuts so they could sign more players. Sidney Crosby should be making $20 million.
No,
I mean, he's been taking
pay cuts for
life.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's all the way along the way.
Yeah.
I agree.
He's so vested and works so hard. Just as a fan's perspective, I just wonder, what's he going to be able to do to satisfy the pleasure and joy he has from playing the game?
Well, Jay probably knows more than I do, but Sidney, you got to think, he probably won't win another cup here. I mean, at that age, Jay, I want to win another cup.
Yeah.
I mean, is he going to win after breaks Mario's record, obviously, by Christmas? Is he going to say, well, maybe I can go to Colorado or Edmonton or Toronto? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's his decision.
I'm kind of wondering about that. I mean, they're driven differently. He's not here just to play out on a team that's and how quick do you want to turn around? Can they do it? Can some team do what Washington did? Well, Washington might not now be the same team,
right?
Because they lost players again. Now, where are they going to be at? But what Washington did was outstanding from them, and people think they can do it. It's not easy to do what happened there. So, I can't see a player like that just playing a game if he has no shot at winning a championship in the city. I think so. That's what I mean. I think if they come out,
you play to win the cup every year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fresh
Be
start.
interesting.
You know.
By the way, before you, I want to thank Dave Rourke and Rourke Automotive Group because they're our lead sponsor. We really appreciate it. We got Lyle Odelein with us today, Larry and I, and I want to say, Dave, they do such a great job there. We appreciate them being a sponsor of us.
That said, let me ask you about football. Here we are.
I love
Steelers.
Steelers.
So they're playing in Ireland this year. Look out, Dublin, because to your point, all the Steeler bars around the country, it's actually extraordinary. I've visited Rome, and they said, are you going to the Steeler bar? And it's near the Vatican off of this place. They call it the Piazza Narbona. It's just a little notch down this alleyway, and it's La Botticella, which you wouldn't know except it looks like a bar on the south side once you go in it. The banners everywhere, and I saw they had a statue in the bar as tall as these mics of Jesus, but it had a throwback Steeler helmet.
That's kind of awesome.
And I said to the owner, Giovanni Poggi, I said, isn't that a little sacrilegious? He goes, oh, no, the bishop was here last week. He said it's okay.
That's great.
What do you think it is about Pittsburgh and their love of sport and now Steelers stuff?
I think it's unreal. I mean, I don't think there's another sports town like this town. I mean, it's three teams that are so popular. I mean, it's unbelievable. I think it's great.
Do you ever go?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We have season tickets. We have, same thing. We have our tickets in the club section.
Yeah.
So I think one of the is, and why hockey's can be when you have a hardworking team and an aggressive team, you gotta like the physical. You like like when they play Renegade. What do they want? They want to see like the highlights of when they do Renegade on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
There's something about that is the nastiness of the game that people want to see, and they like it. And they like you want to fit like Mike Tomlin. They want a physical team, and you have to be that way here in Pittsburgh. And that's what baseball. You can't do that. It's different, right? But hockey you can, and I think those two sports. That's why the fan base is strong when you play and perform that way. The blue collar mixed with the superior talent.
Yeah,
that's what they want.
I don't think there's a game where you're present, like going to a NHL hockey game, being in the building, that you realize the level. You still don't get it on TV.
No,
how fast the players move and the skill level.
On TV, it doesn't do it justice. But if you go down there low and see how fast the guys are, and I mean, it's a total different game. Like the NFL, I love to watch it on TV too. I mean, you'd see the replays. Here at home, and I mean, it's
think of how just the technology has improved for fans of the game.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like trying to follow the puck on.
That was terrible. They had that little line going. Oh my God,
it was sorry.
It is the greatest game live.
Yeah,
you have to see it live. You'll win somebody over if they've never seen a hockey game live. They need to see it, and you should do it while Sidney Crosby's playing the game here because that skill level, that skill set is different than any. We've said it, and Lyle will know what I mean on this. I've never seen a player that is always in an athletic position. He's never in a weak. He's never in a weak spot.
No,
he just is. He can pass, shoot, backhand, forehand, best backhand in the league. everything that goes with it, but he's always in that, and he's ready to battle like that. He doesn't lose battles. So
everybody goes down in front of the net if he has to. I mean, he doesn't care. I mean, he's in the trenches too.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Jay Telestrate on TV?
Oh yeah, all the time. I love it.
We look forward to it. Best dressed guy on TV.
Oh yeah, Larry. Thank you, Larry. That's right. I'll tell Alicia.
Yes, your wife fixed a great I'll let her know that combos for you. We appreciate that. So once in a while, he gets some text from guys like Jack Lambert about things he's doing on Telestrate some more for me. Anyway, that's good stuff. You know what I love is when you'll see they'll bring Steeler players to their first.
Oh, I love that too.
The first NHL game, and they sit them right behind the glass.
Yeah.
And they're kind of reacting for the first time. They're like, whoa.
Yeah.
To your point, you got to see it in person.
Yeah. Guarantee they love it when they see it like that. It's awesome.
So finally, just your thoughts on where do you think this Penguin team is going? Do we have to wait? We need a prediction from you, Lyle. It's tough. Are we going to make the playoffs?
I hope so. But they got to make some changes, obviously. I mean, they have made some, but, goaltending has got to be better, obviously. And we'll see what happens, I guess.
I think Sidney Crosby, I think the goaltending thing is a big thing. I'm going to say right now, even with the roster they have right now, if Sidney Crosby, health, everything same going through, they're not going to make the playoffs. The goaltending, even if the goaltending last year was, and it's not all good, when I say that too, and Lyle knows this, sometimes when we say goaltending, but you need to stop, you need to save the timing of the save or whatever.
Yeah.
But you need solid play in front of you. If you're getting a solid play, you can't face 2-on-1s and odd man breaks all the time.
That's true too.
But if they get better, if they get solid goaltending, and that roster is like what we see, and I'm sure tweaks throughout, I still think they will get themselves in. But it's not what, to Lyle's point just a little bit ago, Sidney Crosby is not just playing it to get into the playoffs.
No.
It's not his mindset. Yep.
Where do you like to golf?
Do a lot of golf in Shannapin, Swickney Heights, Longview, Double Eagle, and the golf club. I took Jay up there
Outstanding.
2 years ago. I'd never seen a guy have 3 breakfasts in my life. I'll give him credit. He was in the gym early in the morning.
That's right.
We
loved it. We loved it out there. I have to say though, Lyle, he's being kind of, he's just going, in the very near future, I think he's going to play Clint Eastwood's tournament out west in California.
You know Clint Eastwood?
Man, my father-in-law and him are really, really good friends. Yeah.
That's a nice one right there.
I really love his work. I love to see it.
He's a great guy.
But
does he talk like that? Go ahead, make my day.
Yeah. I told him one day, I said, hey, Clint, do you ever find that rancher? What rancher? I said, the one that stole your calves. I didn't know how he's going to take it, but he laughed for 3 holes. Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, he's 95 now, though, so he's getting up there.
And what
a career he had.
That's a cool thing to get to do.
Yeah, it is. So I'll be up there Tuesday in Monterey playing at Tehima where he lives and his course is. So tournament's Wednesday to Sunday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it'll be fun.
Well, listen, if you want to golf, I'm a member at North Park. I can get you on a Tuesday after 5 for $5 play 9. You just
Jay and I'll take you up there.
We'll take you. We'll do that. Yeah. We'll do that. All right. That's it.
It's funny.
The Pittsburgh goal scored by Lyle Odelein, assisted by number 16, Jay Coffey.
That would be nice.
Top of the goal.
That'd be nice.
I'd even take an assist on that.
I like that too. I like this. By the way, Lyle's first goal, I think, was a highlight reel goal.
That took me 93 games.
You see that? That's pretty good, though. You're a defenseman. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah,
but length of the ice, everybody wants to say that's what their goal is about, but Lyle's really was that.
Well,
I got lucky.
Honor to meet you. Glad you're a Pittsburgher, too.
Love Pittsburgh.
And this guy loves life for all the great reasons that we talked about. Really enjoyed our conversation.
I did, too. Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you.
You, too. Offset, Larry and the Big Guy, brought to you by One Team Media, producing this podcast series. And want to thank North Park Lounge, Cranberry Brad, and his team. Done a great job hosting us.
Yeah, and also Rourke Automotive Group. We really appreciate them being behind us and sponsoring us. And thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
That's
Dave.
a wrap.
I like it.